We're here outside the Globe Theatre ahead of the Corporate Content Awards, which are happening tonight. And I'm here with Gareth Evans, who's founder of 18Sixty. And they're entered into two categories tonight, which are Best Use of Audio and Podcasts and Best Long-Term Use of Content. And I'm excited to ask him a bit more about his work and his campaign. So initially, what was the inspiration behind your Third Angle podcast? Why was it launched? What are the motivations for that?
So the Third Angle is a technology, design and engineering focused podcast for a company called PTC, and they are a global industrial software company. And the idea of the podcast is it gives their customers a voice, but it also helps them talk about the great things that their software enables, but we do it through stories of the people actually using it.
And why did you choose to go with a podcast approach as opposed to the plethora of other formats for corporate content there are out there and other methods of engaging with employees?
So PTC wanted to explain what their software does and tell the stories of the people who are actually using it, but rather than talking about it in a sort of hypothetical way of explaining the benefits of it, we thought the best people to highlight what that software does are the people using it on a day-to-day basis, and that is PTC's customers. So what we do is we find producers all over the world, wherever they may be. So it could be New York, it could be Nairobi, Auckland in New Zealand, and many places in the UK, all these sorts of variety of places. And we send a producer to that location to meet with that guest. So we've been to see companies such as Volvo, Casio keyboards, Jabra, the company who make headsets. We've had a flying car company, electric motorbike companies, all these variety of different companies, and they talk about what their products are. We get to hear it. We get, if it's an electric motorcycle, we get to hear it being started up. We get demos of the products. Next week we're in Augusta in the States, taking a ride in golf carts made by this company called Club Car. So a real variety of different companies. But with a podcast, we can easily get to all of these places and actually hear from those people. It would be a big undertaking if we were to try and do that with video.
And how do you ensure that the content feels fresh and relevant to its audience?
So I think it's all through stories. It's the importance of asking the right questions to the guest. We don't just talk about, if we're interviewing someone about a product, we also talk about them. What's their passions? What drives them? How did they get to be the lead designer at this company? Mm-hmm. And we were interviewing one company who helps put satellites into space, and the engineer who was being interviewed talked in great detail about the moment that a satellite gets put into orbit and how it feels for him, and you just felt his passion, and we were able to put that together with some sound design. All of these sorts of different stories, every 2 weeks an episode comes out. That keeps it really fresh for the listeners.
Well, this sounds like really impressive work, and I'm excited to see how it does at the event tonight. So best of luck for tonight, and I'll see you there. Thanks you very much.
Cheers.